This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Our 24 hours with Mr. Advani begins tonight at this rally in Nagpur. It begins at night because through the day, Mr. Advani has received some rather unlikely competition from an India-Pakistan cricket match. But tonight the match is over and the crowds are here in strength to watch him as he shares a platform with two very different members of the NDA's ideological spectrum. Uddhav Thackeray of the Shiv Sena and George Fernandez, representing in some ways the balancing act that Mr. Advani says he's attempting to pull off in this latest yatra.
पहले की यात्राएं और अब की यात्रा उसमें एक बड़ा अंतर है जो मेरे लिए राहत देने वाला है और वो है कि 10 बजे के बाद सभाएं नहीं होती। ऐसी परिस्थिति पैदा हुई है कि यह मंदिर की इच्छा देश की वह बिना कटुता के, बिना संघर्ष के, बिना लाठी गोली खाए हुए सहमति से, सौहार्द से पूरी होगी और जिसका परिणाम सारी दुनिया के देशों पर होगा और भारत पर बहुत बढ़िया होगा। आप कल्पना नहीं कर सकते। आप उसमें सहयोग दीजिए। उसको इस प्रकार से प्रदर्शित करके आप जिस दिशा में देश का मुस्लिम समाज सब प्रकार के बाकी प्रभावों को छोड़ करके सही रास्ते में बढ़ रहा है, उसको आप उससे विमुक्त मत करिए, गलती मत करिए। और सब ईसाइयों के मन में, मुसलमानों के मन में यह भाव प्रबल हो रहा है कि 50 साल तक हमको कांग्रेस पार्टी ने गलत रास्ता दिखाया। बार बार ये कहते थे अगर हमको वोट नहीं दोगे बीजेपी आ जाएगी, बीजेपी आ जाएगी, तुमको खा जाएगी। वो कहते हैं हमने 5 साल देखा बीजेपी के शासन को। इस शासन में किसी भी प्रकार का भेदभाव हमारे साथ नहीं हुआ। सब प्रकार की समस्याओं को सौहार्दपूर्ण ढंग से सुलझाने की, राम मंदिर के सवाल को भी जो हमारे लिए बहुत महत्व का है, इतना महत्व का है, आगे तो हमारे कितने लोगों ने उसके लिए जान भी दी, पूरा संघर्ष किया, लेकिन हमने सरकार में आकर के ऐसी परिस्थिति पैदा की कि जिसमें हिंदू और मुसलमान मिलकर के और इस इच्छा को पूरा करने में सहायक होंगे। मुझे इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं। यह होगा और देश की इच्छा पूरी होगी। इस प्रकार से
That outburst by a small group of Bajrang Dal activists, a reminder that while Mr. Advani might attempt to distance himself from the kinds of ideological issues he's been associated with, it might still be a while before that distance is achieved. And we'll keep a track of that tomorrow when we catch up with him in the morning and through the rest of the day. It's the next morning and predictably enough, last night's rally has made front page headlines in the Nagpur papers. It's really a tightrope walk for Mr. Advani, who has, with this yatra as with previous yatras and campaigns, attempted to reinvent himself and his party. And there's perhaps no better symbol of that reinvention than this bus, which is carrying him across the country. It's been painted with the so-called images of the new BJP, reaching out to minorities, reaching out to different communities, and of course also preaching the India shining mantra. A conscious attempt on his part to break with the Advani of the 1990s, riding a Ram Rath, earning new converts to the party, but also triggering violence. The Advani of this campaign, in fact, is sounding and wanting to sound, at least more and more, like his oldest colleague, Prime Minister Vajpayee. In fact, Mr. Advani says that it's the Atal Sandesh, the message of Mr. Vajpayee, that he's really taking to different corners of the country. Mr. Advani, thanks very much for agreeing to spend the day with us. Tell me, this bus is not quite the Oberoi Hotel, but are you feeling at home? Is the Home Minister feeling at home on this bus or Rath or whatever you want to call it?
There have been snags, there have been problems, and at least I can say that the earlier yatras were far more strenuous and arduous than this one.
Now, you've been traveling. Last night you had this rally in Nagpur. This morning's paper had this headline that Advani stunned by intrusion of the Bajrang Dal. Were you stunned?
I was not stunned.
You expected it?
No, I would not say I expected it, because even the local BJP people whom I asked later, they said that they had no idea, no inkling that anything of this kind would happen. If they had an idea, they would have talked to them. But everyone felt that what happened last evening became an occasion for clarifying the party's stand.
Right, because you came out very strongly, you admonished them. You said it's an important issue, but this is not the way to pick it up.
To that extent, last night at dinner, I raised the matter and asked Nitin Gadkari and Girish Vyas, who are the local people, as to whether they had any idea that something was being planned. They said no. We had not the slightest idea. If we had, we would have exerted to see that it does not happen. But I said that it happened may have caused some embarrassment. But the fact that they kept quiet after what I said was an indication that in totality it became a blessing in disguise.
Right. But do you think it's in some ways a kind of legacy that will continue to dog you because of the association with 1990? They see you and they feel that
I never feel defensive about 1990. Though I have always said that 1992 made me extremely sad, because 1992 was something that upset our entire approach.
Right.
It affected our credibility.
Which now you're attempting to restore. You're talking about including all sections.
Absolutely.
But for instance, this Rath itself is painted.
Those who feel that the BJP is trying to change,
yes,
I do not agree with that. The BJP has always been this.
But when I see the side of your Rath, it's painted with these images of minorities. But isn't it minorityism of the kind that you criticize the Congress?
It is not minorityism.
To have these images.
From the very first day, even in the days of the Jana Sangha, Deen Dayal ji also, I certainly, Vajpayee ji certainly, we have been of the view that you cannot have such a large population regarding you as enemy. But for that, don't appease them. Approach them with your state objective, but at the same time, make them feel that you are not against them.
In 1998, I was traveling with you in Gandhinagar. You said that you were in some ways reconciled to being perceived as the hardliner between you and Mr. Vajpayee. Is this yatra an attempt to change that perception?
No. Frankly, when someone calls me a hardliner, I do not mind it at all.
You don't have political obstacles now.
If the hardliner word is only a respectable form of saying that I am a bigot, I am communal, I am anti-Muslim, I am anti-secularism, then I do mind it. Otherwise, by itself, hardliner would simply mean that he is not soft.
No, but in terms of acceptability, I mean, I don't know if you believe in opinion polls, but there's an opinion poll which says Mr. Vajpayee has a rating, a popularity rating of 58%. Yours
No
is
doubt.
2%. You know, with all due respect, you think that's something which
I
you would
don't
like
mind
to
that
change?
2%. No, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I don't mind it at all because I know that it's not a comparison between him and me. It is not. हेलो हाँ जी, ये कोई एक स्थान की बात नहीं है। देश भर में जहाँ पर भी असंतोष है वो मुझसे मिलना चाहते हैं। मैंने सबको कहा है कि इस मामले में वेंकैया जी को ही संपर्क करें, मैं कुछ नहीं करूँगा।
Now we're inside Mr. Advani's Rath or bus. This is his floating home for the next 1 month. It has been for the past several weeks. Do remember that at the same time, while he's campaigning, he's also still the BJP's chief strategist. He's also the deputy prime minister. He's also the home minister. So there's an entire team with him, which makes sure that he's connected at all times. There's Prakash Javadekar, who's the OSD for the Yatra from the BJP, the main point person. Swapan Dasgupta, formerly with the India Today, now also helping Mr. Advani script some of his responses to the media. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, he's with the Madhya Pradesh BJP General Secretary. He's going to be with us because we're crossing from Maharashtra into Madhya Pradesh. Okay, this is the back of the bus, which again is fitted with various computers to ensure that there's a constant flow of communication. These are various members of the BJP who are armed with their laptops. Also Mr. Deepak Chopra, he's Mr. Advani's man for all seasons. He's been with him on a number of previous yatras as well. Prakash Javadekar, point person for the yatra. Where are we going today? Very quickly.
Today we are going from Nagpur.
Yes. Which is...
This is Nagpur.
Right.
To now Savner to Chindwara to Narsimhapur.
So we're crossing into Madhya Pradesh.
Yes, we are crossing into Madhya Pradesh.
And you'll stay the night at
Narsimhapur. There will be Sausar में सतनूर में बॉर्डर है।
Okay.
तो सतनूर में स्वागत होगा। उमा भारती जी आ रही है, सभी आ रहे हैं मध्य प्रदेश के नेता।